Hello everybody, welcome back, and here's what happened last time.
Certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession. Traveler, wait.
What?
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. There's been a disturbance in the ley lines.
Okay.
Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Oh!
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm.
Dean said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vamara Village.
Have you seen him recently?
I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too.
Oh, come to think of it, every time
That's
we talked,
right.
it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like right now.
That has to be it. This is definitely Atosa's memory.
To the tree!
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just
Oh.
talk about what you think of me?
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young
Who is this man's? He's got the same outfit on as Kari Bear. I wanted to call him Cameron Bear. Kari Bear's
You know
dad.
many amazing people and live a very
Is it
happy
Kari
life.
Bear's dad?
You won't miss someone like me.
Oh, that's so sad.
Are those your friends over there?
We finally found him, but why does he look kind of familiar? Is it Kari Bear's dad?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh?
Oh, Tosa.
Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
That was so sad. Poor girl.
I believe this is the first time we've met.
You're... Factoring in the memories, the Abyss Order, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I need to think of the one person that can connect all of this together.
You're
Oh!
Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh my gosh! It's Kari Bear himself?
You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before.
I thought we were just meeting his young dad. That's wild.
It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw the me from back then.
Oh yeah.
This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her,
Oh.
but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Oh. What? Oh, wow. This place is so pretty. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all, as you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Kari Bear as I can. What exactly happened
Extreme
to you?
sorrow and pain, hope and regret coursing through your veins, and a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the loom of fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction.
Oh,
In
that's
truth,
horrible.
I died the moment I set everything in motion.
Oh.
The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the loom of fate.
Kari Bear is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines?
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger.
Oh
Until
no.
finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own.
That
Once fully
doesn't
completed,
sound good.
The moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories.
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation.
Well, that's a horrible
After all,
trade-off.
Its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dane's mind were implanted by Kari Bear through the half-finished loom of fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vamara village. Why did you implant memories of yourself into the people there?
That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world.
Poor
as if
guy.
I had a chance at life.
So that's why. I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life.
I
What
don't
kind
think
of
that's
person I would be.
meaningless.
What other people would think of me.
I think you're
Chief
nice.
Amadia, Baram, Granny Jahid, Atosa.
Oh, that's so
What
sad.
would it be
So
like if I could live
cute.
alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid.
No, it doesn't.
After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance.
Oh.
An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conria back then. You know, everyone is looking for you.
But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought
Oh.
and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now that I've found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
What? The Loom of Fate is already complete? That means the eye of the first field teller must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. Could something have happened to Dane?
No need to worry
Oh,
about Captain Dainsleif.
Dane.
He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his
But-
own goal and ensure the safety of the Eye all at once.
Oh
A very
no.
thorough plan,
Dane never handed me the eye.
because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Oh no! Does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? Kari Bear! I take back everything I said. You suck.
Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
Oh.
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
I hope Atosa finds a nice young man to be with, and not you. So when Dane rose up back then, it was because a false memory was being implanted in his
That was
mind.
when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory
Oh
to be real.
no.
I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
So Dane had the eye this whole time until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Now that the Loom of Fate is complete, what are you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea.
I don't
what the
know.
Prince's
I'm
plan
feeling a little bit lied to right now.
Teyvat's lowline system is
A
deeply
little bit
entrenched
lied
in the
to,
planet.
misled,
Creating new
manipulated.
lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your
You
goal?
remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory.
I did.
After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form. I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish.
Yeah, that was
to
rough.
comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears. Even if just for a moment. My goal was simple. To use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story,
Oh.
just like my father did
Uh-huh.
for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love.
Kari Bear. You're making it hard for me to be mad at you right now, because that's really nice. So the thing that caused the hilichurls to calm down back then was Kari Bear's story. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the hilichurls a moment of comfort
I
and
can't
peace.
change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
I think it was very meaningful.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
This guy's had a horrible life. This is awful. Oh, his mom's scarf.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
Oh.
Paimon's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case,
Oh.
I'd love to hug you too.
Oh. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
How about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
I almost can't believe this is
That
real.
battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What are you gonna do with the Loom of
The
Fate?
Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the heavenly principles awaken.
The heavenly principles are still asleep.
Yes. For 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the heavenly principles situation. However, the heavenly principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
You really hate the heavenly principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful, even as a hilly churl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words.
That's fair.
Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
Oh.
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether.
Oh
I doubt it'll
no.
be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this
No!
space. With Kari Bear gone,
Oh.
we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Oh. Well, that's sad.
Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
He never changes, does he?
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Kari Bear and I talked for a while. He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Really? What a score!
I guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Kari Bear all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
After that, I can't seem to remember. Oh no! Maybe I'm just tired. I feel like something else happened, but why can't I remember? I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are.
Oh.
Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long. And we also remembered his name, Kari Bear.
That would have been nice a little while ago, Barim.
Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
That is a unique name. Make sure you remember it this
I
time.
hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know
I
what
think
happened.
he is.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best.
Kari Bear is gone. The Loom of Fate is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atos is doing. Maybe we should go check on her. She's probably at the tree.
Oh, poor
Come on, let's go
Tosa.
talk to her.
Down bad, crying at the tree.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
Oh, these options are so different. I don't know what to say to her. Maybe he wanted you to forget him?
He always seemed to appear out of nowhere, and now he left just as quickly. If Kari Bear wants me to forget about the time we spent together, then I'm willing to try. I've relied on him for a lot of things, but I'm sure with enough time...
Oh, I don't
even
like that
the
I said
deepest
that.
attachments
Now I
can
feel
fade.
bad.
Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I?
Oh,
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
I'm sure he had his reasons.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious.
Yeah.
And, you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day.
Maybe.
Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well,
Bye.
that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right. Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear?
I wish I could, Paimon. What was it that happened? I can't remember. It feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
Oh, you must get along with each other, the two of you. That was so cute. Oh, Oh my gosh. Oh, that was wild. I can't believe we saw our sibling again, and now we can't even remember it. Now that the Loom of Fate has been completed, I'm sure we're in for a wild ride over the next few chapters of our Teyvat journey. Whew. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you had fun, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.